parts of the United States are looking to get on board the sports betting bandwagon. Lawmakers in Washington, D.C. have introduced a bill that would let people bet on games. While it's legal in many countries around the world, it's only allowed in a handful of U.S. states. Jason Robbins is the CEO of DraftKings, a site for betting and fantasy sports. Jason, thank you so much for being with us. Since the Supreme Court ruling that lifted the ban on sports betting, you've opened up an actual sports betting establishment in New Jersey. So talk about its popularity and its profits.
Well, we were the first to get a mobile app in market, and that launched on August 1st, so it's still very early. But I can tell you that every number we thought when we projected, we were shattering. It's just unbelievable how much demand and how much excitement there is over sports betting. And you know, a lot of people, I think, are enjoying. It's a good time of year, so a lot of people are enjoying college sports. You know, the NFL. Being that, you know, those are the two most popular betting sports in America and both just started, I think the timing couldn't have been better.
Yeah, and I read that it took 38 days to reach 1 million sports bets since you launched the online sports book in New Jersey on August 1st. As you mentioned, the NFL season has gotten underway. You usually see a spike in bets, of course, during American football season. Are you happy so far with the metrics you're seeing?
The growth since NFL started has been unbelievable. So you just mentioned it took us 38 days to get to our millionth bet. About 15 days later this Sunday, we are going to hit our 2 millionth bet. So in less than half the time it took to get to the first one. And overall, the product's growing, but it's really the NFL season starting that's making it take off. And, you know, we've had some days where we were processing 100,000 plus bets in a day.
What about any new products and innovations? Did you introduce anything new going into the NFL season this year?
Well, our focus this year is to make sure that we had a product that everybody thought was the best in market. We've been working for about a year on it. We actually, you know, no pun intended, we made a bet that the Supreme Court was going to rule the way they did and started investing back in June of 2017. So we were well prepared, and I think the product we brought to the market has a lot of features that, you know, maybe over in Europe and more mature markets are more commonplace, but are pretty new and pretty exciting for bettors in the U.S. who haven't been exposed to legal markets really ever. And, you know, in Nevada even, I think the online and mobile market isn't nearly as advanced as is in Europe, so it's an exciting time.
Do you see any hurdles? Are you making a bet that this is going to be legalized throughout the land in the U.S.? And what does the future for the company look like?
Well, the good thing for us is we still have a very exciting and growing fantasy sports business. And I mean, this was sort of like a, you know, a bonus on top. And obviously we're hopeful and we'll be, you know, doing our best to try to get as many laws passed and sensible regulations in place as possible that allow for more states to do sports betting. But from our perspective, there's really no rush. We continue to have a lot of growth in our daily fantasy sports business, and we think a lot of room's left to innovate there. And obviously, we'd like to see sports betting go, but you know, I think over time it's inevitable. So it's really more a question of when, not if. And we'll be patient, and hopefully it'll happen sooner rather than later.
All right, Jason Robbins, CEO of DraftKings. Pleasure to have you on. Thank you.